Let's go right now to the rude guest hotline because I don't welcome onto the show our buddy Clinton Portis. Well, I guess we've got to call Coach Clinton Portis now. What's up, dude?
That's good, man. How y'all doing?
We're great,
buddy. Congrats. So how did
congrats.
this come about that you're joining DeSean Jackson's staff?
Appreciate it. So it happened so quick. It was just one of those. I was calling about, me, Fletch, Antoine Bethea, and Nate Clements have a youth organization down in Charlotte where we were trying to help kids get into college. And I was calling just to talk about the kids that we had available if he needed kids. And it kind of turned into a conversation of football. And the next thing you know, I was flying to Delaware and kind of got the offer on spot, and they appreciated the knowledge. And I think once I stepped on campus, like the realization was like, bro, this could change a lot of kids. This could help a lot of kids, and the excitement to help them turn the program around. I think in meeting the staff, there were so many guys that was like so matter of fact, like we got to turn this thing around and we're trying to get it done right now. We got to flip this program. And I'm just like, what better opportunity? A lot of often you see fits or you think of jobs, and it's like, where are you needed? Where do you make an impact? And I think this was one of those opportunities that gave me a chance to make an impact. And, I'm appreciative of Delaware State and D-Jack for doing it, for allowing me to join.
Had you thought about coaching it at the collegiate level before these conversations started, Clinton?
You think about it. I mean, to be honest, I've been with my kids 16, 17. I've been coaching their teams forever, flying in, unofficial, participating, volunteering. And I was talking to my son, and he said, we were just talking about staffs, and we were talking about coaches, and he said, man, I've never heard you say a coach was good. You think all coaching staffs suck. Why don't you go coach? And it kind of, bro, that probably happened 2 or 3 nights before I got on the phone with D-Jack. And it was like weird because after he said it, it was a statement like, you know what, maybe I do need to go coach. Maybe it's me, as the kids would say, like, it's never good enough or the coaches are never good enough. So therefore I'm involved. And like I tried to tell them, I said, man, my thing is development. Like I like to see where you are and what you can become. And I think that's more of just believing in kids, showing kids that you're watching them, showing kids that you believe in them, like getting the most, encouraging kids to go out and give it your all. If I think about one of the greatest motivators, it was Coach Gibbs. And Coach Gibbs had the team ready to run through a brick wall, but it was all from belief. It wasn't because of the scheme or because of the staff. It was just strictly, hey, you know what? This is our game plan. It's going to be tough, hard-nosed. We coming downhill, mano a mano, and everybody believed. And I think once you show kids or show grown men or show young adults that you believe in them and help them tap into their potential, is something special there.
Clinton Portis is with us on Grant and Danny here on The Fan. He's the running backs coach now at Delaware State on the staff of DeSean Jackson. There is a movement happening, CP. I want to get your insight on. Deion Sanders at Colorado maybe gets the credit for starting this. I don't know. But we've seen Mike Vick hired in this cycle. We've seen DeSean Jackson get a job. I mean, these are recent superstar players, like MVP caliber players. As you said, to say that someone doesn't have any coaching experience probably takes away from some of the stuff they've done with their kids or at the youth level. But this is abnormal that a guy like DeSean or Vic or Deion would just get a job to run a whole program without having done it at the high school level or what have you. What do you make of this movement, and how do you think we got here?
Well, I think for so long, these doors and opportunities have been closed to us. And if you look at a lot of coaches who were getting those opportunities, it's kind of been buddy forever. It's not former players or guys who played the game at a high level. It's just guys who were connected to the right guys at the right time, and they grew. And all of a sudden, they were the hottest coaches. And I think when you look at guys like Antonio Pierce and those guys, Aaron Glenn, those guys that got jobs and opportunities to kind of highlight, hey, we can coach. Like, we can do this. We're actually talented. We know this game. We've been playing this game forever. We played this game at a high level, and we can develop players. You know, I think the relationship that we have, which Coach Prime showed in development and belief and pumping kids up and getting kids that, hey, man, you don't have to go to a major college. You don't have to go to the University of Alabama to be a standout. You don't have to go to the University of Miami. I can help you be seen. Like, I can help you tap into that potential. And I think now with guys like Vic and D-Jack getting the opportunity, it's going to be the same thing. You know, it's great guys, guys who played at a high level who are given an opportunity at HBCUs to just come in and change the culture. And I think in doing that, it opened doors for a lot more. But I know it's definitely going to help the kids out a lot. And that was part of the reason I joined. Once I got on campus, I'm like, you know what? This is it. This is that second chance, that second career, that opportunity. It was kind of like one of those decisions. Like, I stopped trying to do it my way and just listen to my heart or listen to God. Like, bro, this happened by chance. My son just telling me I need to coach, and now I'm in this position. And it was like one of those positions that, hey, I can't turn this down. You know, you don't know if you're ever going to get it again, but I know I'm going to give everything I can to these kids while I have the opportunity and try to direct them, lead them, and guide them to where they want to be.
That's awesome. That's the voice of Coach Clinton Portis now joining us here on Grant and Danny. What's different now for college kids, kind of in the world that they've grown up in versus when you were coming up, Clinton? I mean, some things are the same. You know, it's about effort and showing up and you know, trying to do the right thing as oftentimes as you can. But just the landscape is different. What do you think is different now and trying to relate to some of these kids, given what they've gone through in this era of social media and everything else?
Well, I think once you keep the main thing, and that's the X's and O's. That's football, you know.
Yeah.
Like X's and O's. We can't add extra men on the field. It's 11 on 11, and we got to strategize, plot, plan, and strategize to take advantage of the opponent. You know, if we keep the main thing, not worried about social media, not worried about NIL, not worried about stars and all this. Like, we're not getting 5-star kids, but the kids that we get, then I think in having a conversation with D-Jack, it was just like, bro, I understand. We understand we're building these kids up for them to go to another college. Like, I don't expect the kid, if I got a really good running back or a running back who's putting up numbers, I don't expect him to stay. Like, I know this knowledge I'm giving you, this in helping you build who you are, is for another school. It's for a bigger purpose or for a bigger picture, just for you to get an opportunity. And I think Coach Jack understood that as well. And that was like, I'm like, bro, I don't want to be one of those, oh, I'm so selfish. This is all about, you got to stay here. Like, man, if you got the talent, you got the potential, then you just need another year, or you need some prove-it time, and this is your stepping stone, and it's something bigger for you. I'm encouraging you. I'm helping you get in the portal and find somewhere to go. The difference is, I think I would find somewhere to go for you before I allowed you to just jump in the portal. Like, we would have to be sure you have a home, you're going to get an opportunity, and this is the move that you need to make before I sign off, or I'm encouraging you or your parents, like, yeah, man, move on. And I think that's needed in this climate. You got to be real with kids. And like I told D-Jack, I said, man, I don't know how to sugarcoat. Like, one of my biggest issues are, being networking and kissing butt. Like, I don't know how to do that. I'm me, man.
Yeah.
Raw, uncut. You either love it or you hate it. And I understand that. And, it's never any disrespect to anyone, but I don't know how to build camouflage, a chameleon, keep changing. Old man, at one point I'm kissing butt. At one point I'm dominant. Like, I don't know how to do that. And I shared that. I shared my thoughts. And he said, man, I just want you to be you. You know, I know you have a special ties and connection with these kids, and we can get through to them. And, I mean, I understand your knowledge. Like, your knowledge is some of the best knowledge that I've heard. But I know we have a special calling to reach out to these kids. So, you know, it was kind of one of those, I get to be me. I get to focus on the kids instead of all of the, you know, behind the scenes, and I'm looking forward to it.
Clinton Portis, Grant and Danny here on The Fan. Excited for the opportunity Clinton's got. I was just reading this week, I didn't know this. Like, Deion Sanders does not leave campus in terms of recruiting. He kind of says, you come to me and we can talk. Is that the philosophy you guys will have as well, where it's like, hey, you're the superstars, people are going to want to come to you, especially the kids now. They grew up watching DeSean Jackson and you and had your football cards. Or do you guys plan on doing it more traditionally, where you are going out and recruiting and kind of doing it like a, for lack of a better phrase, like a normal traditional staff of non-superstar players would?
Man, I'm in every hood, every community college, every high school. We don't have that luxury that Prime have. I think Prime has established itself with Shador and with Hunter, and the players that he's given an opportunity or put on the map. We're not there yet. So we got to do it the traditional way. We got to get in living rooms when we can. I think they only have one opportunity to meet with kids or you know, in-home visits now. But we got a gas station and stand outside the school and hold up a Delaware State sign. Hey, man, we're here. You know, we're looking for all the talent that we can possibly gain. And, you know, being 1-11 the last 2 years, we know we got to change things, you know. And D-Jack made a statement like, oh, man, they were talking about the starters. And he said, man, we was 1-11. Like, we don't have any starters. Everybody's job is under a microscope. We're looking for the most talent, and we, you know, like, we're going to find the best, because at 1-11, nothing got it done. And I think when he made that statement, it was like, okay, so we get to go out and find kids, or it's no, oh, well, you got to come in and this kid got to play. Here's your opportunity. So, you know, for me, I think I've been around so many kids doing this youth sports for so long because of my kids, that it was just like, okay, now you're speaking my language. Like, I want to build this bond and connection with kids, and understand what Prime has done, and understand what AP done, and a lot of the coaches that got kids to the next level. Like, it started here. You got to build those relationships and make sure a kid understand that you're honest with him. And I was thinking the other night, like I said, man, my coach, Coach Solinger in college, the way he recruited me was like, man, if you want to come here, I'll recruit you. If not, I'll go out and recruit the next kid. Like, he's not selling any dreams. It's like, if you want me to recruit you, I'll recruit you. And you know, he had a board in the room, and he put everybody's last name: Portis, McGahee, Gore, Davenport. And if you did something wrong, it wasn't a conversation. It wasn't, let's talk about it or let me hear your excuse. You just erase a letter off your name. So you start out Portis, then it's Porty, then it's Port, then it's Poor, then it's Poe. And if it get down to P, you play in another position. So it was just one of those, hey, this is what I expect. This is how things are going to be done. I don't want to hear your excuses. We all got them. Let's go out here and get the things that you're supposed to do done. And I think when you put that on kids, whether it's classroom, on the field, study hall, whatever it is, they got to understand this is the requirements. This is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, how about that running back room, by the way, during those times when you were at the U? Clinton, I never had this problem. I've not had this problem as a coach, because I wasn't particularly great. You were great. Like, you were such a good player. Is it ever a challenge to communicate some things to young players who will look at you like you're crazy? Like, I can't do that. I can't go for damn near 2,000 yards and 17, 18 touchdowns as a second-year player in the league. Like is that hard to sort of pare it down and get your message through when someone may not be as talented and gifted and great as you were?
it's not, for me, it was steps. I started playing running back as a junior in high school, and I had 900 yards. I thought I had put up Walter Payton numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I had 900 yards, and you couldn't tell me I wasn't the best back. And that was my first year playing. And schools kind of, nah, kid, like, we're good. And then the following year, I had 2,000 yards rushing in high school, and all those schools called back. So I get to communicate with kids from both sides, and going to college, I was fifth on the depth chart at UM. If Najee Davenport don't get hurt in the kickoff classic, Miami probably would have put me at DB, but the blessing in disguise, Najee got hurt. James Jackson for 2 weeks took all the carries, Ohio State, Penn State. And then, it's like, you've been taking all the carries for 3 weeks. You got to have a backup. And Jared Payton was going through what he was going through with Walter, being sick, that it kind of just gave me my opportunity. So to understand, kids, I don't need you to go out and be me. I know what I did was crazy. Like, my mindset, the determination, the belief in me. My thing is, I got to get you to believe you can do it. So it's more on before we get on field, just showing you, like it's like taking a tackle. A lot of kids scared to get hit until they get hit. Then you like, see, you got up. Even when it comes to pass blocking, I see a lot of the potential in some of the guys that we've been recruiting or the film that I'm watching. You just got to have a willingness. Like, I can show you the technique and show you the meat in between the guard and tackle before this guy get full steam ahead. That way, he don't have anywhere else to go. Like, it's simple things that if you've done it before, I could teach you this. I just need you to be willing to do it.
CP, speaking of things we need, I need one of these white and red Delaware State Hornets hats. It's a fire logo with the red and the blue Hornet. I got to get you the address. We need some gear.
I got it, man. Send me the address. I'll send it to you. Our budget not that big with Nike, so I'm gonna go in my pocket. Look, this gonna be out of my pocket, and I'm gonna send it. I'll send it over to you all.
All right, we'll rock Definitely it. I mean, the junkies are over here rocking every Maryland thing that's ever been made.
I mean, that thing's sharp.
We'll be Delaware State guys.
Look at that.
Hey, the junkies, University of Maryland got a lot of money over there. We're behind in time. Hey, we're behind, but I'm going to come out of pocket and get those over to you. So just send me the address.
My man.
I got you.
We love you. Clinton, congrats, man. We'll be rooting for you.
It's really cool, man. Seriously.
Good luck.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Need y'all support. Thank you.
You got it. There's Clinton Portis. Redskins, great. A cool opportunity for him, wanting to help the young guys. DeSean Jackson and Clinton Portis. Who knows who else is going to end up on that staff. But not a bad way to go learn some football.
I mean, what a time. Like, it just, again,
well, it's also a sign that we are getting older.
Well, that's
because all the guys who played when I was a kid who I loved are becoming coaches.
Yeah, like DeSean Jackson, the leader of men.
That one I still have a hard time with. Just because leader of men, you're joking on.
But that's his job now.
I understand that. But I mean, it's not that long ago that he's like the guy you have to drag into the practice, drag into the fight. That one's hard. Clinton, for all the different things that he's had to deal with on and off the field, was always someone just threw an interception. He's going to hurt himself in the preseason going and making the tackle. He is going to lay people out as a blocker.
Toughness wasn't the question.
Just team guy through and through and through.
Like, my first interview question for DeSean Jackson is the AD. Do you believe that someone can go into the end zone normally? Can someone just score a touchdown and then celebrate? Do you believe in having your players do that at any point? And if the answer is no, you may not be my head coach. But again, it's a crazy world that DeSean Jackson, Clinton Portis, and a bunch of other guys are going to coach and help kids. I love it.
Name the